Today, I wanted to chat with you about personal branding. And my goal is to just give you some things to think about regarding the age of AI and why personal branding is so critical in building reputation and authority and influence, and why every entrepreneur needs to build their personal brand now. So, let me give you some background. So, basically, we are in the age of immense technological transformation. I mean, AI is about to change the world as we know it, and it's already changing the world as we know it. And things that we didn't even think was possible 2 years ago, a year ago, are now possible with a click of a button. So, what does that mean for personal branding? Well, if you just think about the power of personal branding for entrepreneurship, the ability to build a loyal following that you can then leverage to build your business, grow your business, launch a new business, pursue other opportunities like speaking engagements, writing a book. There are so many benefits of personal branding that it's become the new currency. I always tell people that personal branding is the new currency because in today's world, it is very hard to launch any new project or even, you know, let's think about our current business. If let's say you have to pivot your business, it's very hard today to do that without a strong personal brand because you will have to spend money to be able to get people to follow you and follow your new trajectory of your business. But if you have a loyal following, then it's much easier because they are along for the ride. They will go for the ride with you because they know you, they trust you, they've gotten value out of you. So they're interested in anything that you do next. That is why the portability of personal branding is so powerful to me because you can pretty much build your brand and leverage it to build anything you want to build in the future. So when I say personal branding is a new currency, what I mean is that it is very hard today to build anything, start anything, or grow anything without a powerful personal brand because people want to follow people. People want to connect with people they like, trust, and have a real connection with. So if you're not out there putting yourself out there, building your brand, building a following, building trust and credibility and authority with your audience, your brand will be forgotten. And now, more so than ever, with AI, it is so critical to build your personal brand because AI is doing things now that make it even harder to be visible. And so, if you're not out there showing your authentic self to your audience, soon nobody is going to remember you because there will be so much content that is being pumped out there by AI that if you're not out there sharing your truth, sharing your personality, your authority, your knowledge, your experience, your things that make you unique, your competitor is going to take that void and run with it. So that is why in my upcoming book, The Lane of One, I have come up with 3 laws of personal branding that I think are going to rule the future of personal branding and are going to allow you to build a magnetic personal brand that is going to draw the right people to you. So, what are those 3 laws of personal branding? Well, the first law of personal branding is the lane of one, is to identify and dominate your lane of one. So, what is your lane of one? Well, the lane of one is that legacy defining idea that can be attributed only to you. What is the thing that you can be known for that nobody else can occupy as a space? So think about, an example is Dave Asprey is a biohacker. And probably 10 years ago, I became aware of him. And the thing that drew me to him was this idea of bulletproof coffee. Dave Asprey came up with this idea that you can put butter in coffee and it helps you when you are fasting, intermittent fasting. It helps keep you satiated and it doesn't break your fast and it allows you to be able to fast longer. That was such a mind blowing idea because nobody would think about putting butter in coffee. And so when he came up with that idea and called it bulletproof coffee, it became his lane of one. It became the thing that he became known for. And Dave Asprey now is known for many things in the biohacking world. But the one legacy defining idea that brought him to the world, that became associated with him, that made him known, well known to the world, was this idea of bulletproof coffee. So when I am talking about the first law of personal branding being the lane of one, I'm asking you to think about your skills, expertise, knowledge in your industry, and what is that one legacy defining idea, that one thing that you can be associated with that would differentiate you from everybody, that would differentiate you from the competition and put you on the map so that when your name comes up, people would think about that thing. And why is that critical? Because in the age of personal branding, or in the age of AI, being known for many things is not helpful, because nobody's going to remember you for anything if you're known for many things. But if you're known for one thing and you're good at that one thing, that is what is going to make you stand out in the sea of noise that we are experiencing now with AI. Because you want people, you don't want to confuse your audience, you don't want to confuse your followers. So that if your name comes up, there have to be one thing that they associate with you. That's why the title of my book is called Lane of One. Why? Because that is the legacy defining idea that I want to be known for. I want to be known for the person that came up with this idea that in the age of AI, to build a personal brand, you have to be known for one thing and one thing only. You have to be good at that thing, and everybody has to associate that thing with you. That is how you are going to break through the sea of noise and stand out and be able to build authority and influence with your audience. So that's the first law of personal branding. The second law of personal branding is radical authenticity. In the age of AI, you have to be radically authentic online to break through, to stand out. Why? Because right now, as we speak, there's AI software that can replicate you, your likeness, your voice. And so you can create an AI persona and then feed it a script, and that will talk like you and even mimic your own mannerisms and who you are. But what AI cannot do is the human to human experiences, the subjective human experiences that we have with each other and share with each other. How our soul reacts to the world, how our spirit reacts to the world, our life experiences, our background, the things that make us human that we can share with each other, vulnerability, empathy, relatability, all these things that we can talk to each other about that draws us closer to each other are going to be the things that are going to make you stand out. And so it doesn't matter if somebody grabs your persona and your image and creates a version of you and puts it out there. Your audience should be able to recognize the real you from the fake you. And the only way they can do that is if you are radically authentic online, sharing yourself, what makes you unique, your vulnerabilities, your insecurities, and relating to your audience on a human to human level, and sharing the stories and experiences that you're having that only humans can have. That is what is going to make you stand out in the age of AI. And that is why I call that the second law of personal branding, because radical authenticity is going to be key in creating a magnetic personal brand that draws the right people to you. And then the third law of personal branding is embracing your video presence. You have to really level up your video game. And in the age of AI, video content is going to be the number one tool for personal branding. Why? Because everything else can easily be replicated by AI. People can press a button now and create a year's worth of content and blast it out. So think about it this way. The reason why video with radical authenticity and lane of one is going to be the way to stand out is because people are going to cut corners and leverage AI to just flood the internet with vanilla content. And so if you want to stand out, you have to get on camera. You have to get on video. You have to do what I'm doing now. Engage with your audience with radical authenticity and sharing your lane of one ideas, perspective, and thoughts with them. And if you can do that, then you are going to stand out from the competition, because most of your competition are going to want to take the shortcut. They're going to want to do what is easy. They're going to want to create a persona and feed that persona with a vanilla script and pretend that is content. But you, the one that wants to build a magnetic personal brand, you, the one that wants to stand out and be credible and build true authority with your audience, you, the one that wants to have a long-lasting relationship with your audience, what you are going to do is you're going to get on camera and you're going to share your thoughts with your audience. You're going to build that connection with them so that they come to know who you are, what you are like, and build that trust and rapport with you, so that when it's time for them to buy, here's the most critical part. You are the only brand they're going to think about, because you've provided value to them. They know who you are. They know what you're about. They understand you holistically because you've been vulnerable with them. You've shared your authentic self with them. Even the parts that you don't like, the quirks that you have, you've been open to them. So they feel seen, they feel understood, they know and trust you, and so they are more likely to buy from you. So that is what I wanted to share with you today about why it's important to build a personal brand in the age of AI, and why leveraging the 3 laws of personal branding, which is number 1, identifying and embracing and dominating your lane of one. Number 2, using radical authenticity to build true connection with your audience. And number 3, leveling up your video game so that you can stand out from the competition and build true connection, rapport, and credibility with your audience, so that when they are ready to buy, you are the only brand they're going to think about. So let me know what you think in the comments of what you're going to change to build a magnetic personal brand that draws the right people to you. So until the next time, keep it going.